gonna get a little nervous about this. um, so, just starting out a couple of things. Uh, I don't know how well this is gonna go, actually. I hope it goes well. If it doesn't, that's okay. Um, Anyways, I was talking about this with some friends because I play a lot of solo TTRPGs and TTRPGs with my other friends. Uh, right. I should probably put me on just chatting for a bit. Okay, so this is just for a moment, but I'm planning on trying out some solo TTRPGs today. Some of them I've played before, some of them I'm trying for the first time. I can't guarantee I'll get past two because some of these do take a couple of hours. So I think like the one that will take a couple of hours might be Firelights, and I don't know if I'll do that today or if I'll ever stream it again. Depends on how well this stream goes. Anyways, yeah, so how do I put this? Um, Today is solo TTRPG day, and I know for a fact that I'm gonna do Omotenashi, which is the animal restaurant one. And I'm going to do Grim Goth's Guide to Curse Loot. There will either be recordings in type journal format, or I'm going to doodle it on my CSP. So there's going to be some layout adjustment, but I did preset some stuff. And for NPCs and other unexpected little things, I'm probably going to, I don't know, use a roll table. I have a large roll table, so things can get very unpredictable. For those of you that aren't really familiar with TTRPGs or even solo ones, they are games in which I put this. It's sort of like improv and storytelling with certain rules that can lead to randomization, and everyone plays it a little differently. And for me, I like to do it whenever I hit a writer's block or when I just don't feel like doing, or after work, especially after work. I get very tired after work, but TTRPGs, once you get used to them, especially solo ones, are as fast or as slow as you want them to. I will admit I do like playing with my friends, but sometimes I don't really want to have an overstimulated day full of groups of people. And also, we all really, really work. So I said I'm going to go to the TTRPG screen, and we're going to go over what kind of games we're going to play today. The other PNG that I use is specifically for these games. So, again, not sure if I'm going to do this again. Depends on how... It really depends on how I feel, actually. Yeah, I feel very embarrassed about it, but I don't consider myself super entertaining when it comes to streaming. Yeah. Bleh. Bleh, 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 bleh. But I'll be going but I'll be going through some of these things and trying things out. I just like gaming. So let me double check my studio. Right, not that. Okay, I have all my stuff set up. All right. So, first game we're going to try out is omotenashi. It's a Japanese word that embodies the act of going above and beyond top-class hospitality by anticipating the customer's desires through deliberate observation and attentiveness. I used to play this game with some kids in the classroom to keep them entertained, and sometimes I play this game when I need a lighthearted break from stress. So So this is in a world where animals have learned to communicate and live amongst one another. A band of animals have come together to serve their fellow animal community by providing lodgings for weary travelers. How will your staff strive to provide an unforgettable experience? So we have a deck of playing cards. They just have it right here. I removed the jokers. Yes, I did. These have removed jokers. So this is the card generator that I'll be using, and every now and then I'm going to swap from another screen because this is going to be one where I record things by drawing a couple of things really, really fast or as sloppily as I want. So it mostly just needs a deck of playing cards, but I'm going to record a couple of things on my CSP canvas, and you guys will be able to see it. The game flow is that we draw cards. So, for instance, it's going to do this. Well, I need to do that. We're going to do this, and it's going to draw a card, and this is the Four of Spades. This will determine the type of lodging and staff who maintain it. So, right. Then another two cards will determine the guest, their purpose for staying. So we have three different staff types right here, and they're going to determine like what kind of experience this guest is going to have. So the host is the one that welcomes the guest, directs the other staff, and leaves a final impression. When the guest leaves, the chef gathers fresh ingredients and prepares a tailored meal for the guest. The attendant tends to the immediate needs of the guest and owns most of the direct community. Right. I should link the game for people who want to play this at a later date. So, okay. Current game. There we go. So, yeah. So, chef, fresh ingredients, meal. Attendant tends to the immediate needs of the guest and owns most of the direct. How this game functions is that there are three questions for each of them, and every guest I pick one of the three questions for each of them. I'll scroll down and show you. So, we'll do the setup in a second after, but the gameplay is you draw one card to refer to the guest. So if it's Four of Spades, I have to look down at the guest table, which will say rabbit, and they're here to stay for inspiration stuff. And got three. Determine staff. So give the names of your staff and lodging. Guest, purpose of staying. Staff will handle which position. Yeah, I'm vaguely confused. I forgot. Maybe I like adjusted the rules. Anyways, yeah, it's one card, so it's not two cards. It's one card. Assign each staff animal to a staff position. Resolve the stay. Resolve the farewell. Keep for as many guests as you like for the given season. End the game when you're happy with the experience. We have how many seasons again? Oh, seasons. Okay. Let's have a starter season. All right. All right. So I'm just going to let you all look at the table for a brief second because that's going to go away in a moment. So I can doodle. So I can literally doodle what we have recorded. I moved everything around here. Yes, I did. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So make sure that CSP is resized properly. Oh, I put that on. Awesome. I guess what's going to pop up and not pop up is cards thing. Okay, I'm gonna list a couple of things and then we're going to write down what we got. So start with what want to move this. There we go. So I can actually look at it. Right. So the first thing that we will determine right now is the. That's me being silly, isn't it? Okay, lodgings. Lodgings. Bigger pen. There we go. Lodgings. Starting season. Actually, maybe just one season for this round. Season and staff. Okay, so we got host, the chef, and the attendant. Okay, we've got that. Animal staff. I'm thinking, gotta give them names. I'll probably roll them first and then give them enough of this so I can go. Okay, for the names, I don't feel like thinking up names on the fly, so I'm just gonna use a name generator from one of my favorite websites, Fantasy Name Generators. This thing is old. Thing is old. Let's go. Let's go think of names. Uh, hmm, hmm. Just want fantasy and folk. Okay. Animal? No, that's a species. Uh, hmm. I will go with. That's speed. Names. I can adjust them. Okay. No, that's not what I was looking for either. Hey, there are way too many names here. You know what? Let's, yeah, persona names. Um, okay. Host is gonna be named Wa, Walesh, Wa, Esh. No, Oesh, Oesh. Yes. Awesome. I need to rewrite that. I need to rewrite that. Better handwriting. Oesh. I'm mixing names as I look at them. Right, right. And I actually have a character named Flume. Flume. Yeah. I could have characters with the same names. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay. The lodgings. Ooh, I gotta think of that. Hmm. Let's determine the season. let's that spade. It's in the winter. Okay, I go with the winter. Start in the winter. Cool. And 3 is a furnished mountain. Furnished. Furnished. Mountain. Beautiful. Lovely. Uh, hmm. So, I forgot to eat. Furnished mountain cave called, the snowflake cabin, I guess. Okay. Let's roll 3 let's do, wait. Mm, mm, 3 cards so I can determine the animals that our staff is. I love to try that. Alright. Alright, what we got? Diamond. So we got a 9. You're a monkey. And 3 is a tiger. Wow. Nice. Tiger's a chef. Cool. And we have a 7, which is a horse. Okay. Is a horse. So got a I am not at this. Wash is very happy to be here. Yes. Very happy. I give you a little hat. A little hat. And coral. Yes. Ish. Yes. Um, cute little diamond. Yeah. Uh, tiger. Very cute, very nice. Just try, yeah. Little chef hat. Maybe hiding a rat under it. Ratatouille. Ratatouille. And horse. Because I don't want front-facing horse. I want side-facing horse. With bad eyelashes. And I guess Johnny Bravo. I don't know. Your attendant. I don't know what kind of hat you should. Maybe you should have had that hat. Oh well. I give you a little flower. Sorry, it's fine. It's all good. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, this is very up so much space. Okay, so these are the staff present. Yay! Woohoo! So host, chef, attendant. I did not put HO because I don't it's a short enough thing. Alright. Alright. We're at the Snowflake Cabin with our staff members. And we should pull our first guest. So our first guest. Go find out. Hey, 7 of hearts. Guess number 1 is the 7 of hearts. Of hearts. And you're a horse. I'm gonna call you Nathaniel. Yeah, Nathaniel. I should have had a laughing emote. Um, Nathaniel. Yes, yes. You are a good horse. Nose ring. I'm making this all up. I felt like it. Yeah. Big, bushy eyebrows. You are here because of relaxation. Guess number one is here for relaxation. Let's go. All right. Can also make things interesting, but I think we're gonna play the first guest as purely as this game puts, and then the second guest I'll leave it to dice rolls to determine randomization of whether or not they like their stay. Okay, so let's go with the first question. The host starts because the host is attending to it. Um, host question is, let's see, one, two, or three. So I think we should go with three of what unique task did you give to the staff soon after greeting this guest? Well, okay, I would say Oesh went and saw the guest and decided to give a big warm welcome. Really nice welcome. Went, hello there, welcome to the Snowflake Cabin. How may I help you? And Nathaniel is like, I'm here for a relaxing trip. And I want a room where I can make as much noise as I want because Nathaniel loves the tambourine. Yeah, Nathaniel is a professional tambourine player. And Alicia was like, oh, lovely, wonderful. Well, how about I give you a tour of all the places where you can play your tambourine and I will arrange a room and then Owesh just immediately sent off the staff to go clean up the biggest room in the farthest end of the lodgings and also went, yeah, I'll also prepare all of this food for great for your throat. And Nathaniel just went, whee, I love that idea, and went off and was enjoying the stay. Now, did Nathaniel like that? Let me just actually, I'll just roll a dice for this one. This is actually a funny idea. I'm just gonna roll a d20. Oh, Nathaniel did not like the lodgings. Nathaniel didn't like the arrangements. In fact, Nathaniel was very, very sad about all of that. Went, um, didn't love the arrangements, didn't love the fact that too far, uh, from the, I guess, view, the room was not well, did not actually reverberate according to how he wanted it, um, and didn't like the food. Oh, right. I probably should have swapped screens, but I rolled a one. So I rolled a one. That's a first bust. Well, let's see how the chef decided to redeem themselves because I'd like to see how that goes. So the second question we can go with is chef sees that the host did not necessarily attend too well to Nathaniel, so goes, okay, I'm here to save the day. I'm going to save the day by I guess I'll prepare something. Right, I will prepare my specialty dish. Usually, I put lots of meat in it, but seeing Nathaniel, I was under the impression that maybe Nathaniel wouldn't want so much meat. Decided to put vegetables and greens and put them in cute little shapes and stuff. And let's see how that actually went. I'm actually going to show that now. Yeah, that was my last result. Oh, let's go. Oh, awesome. It looks like Nathaniel really liked the modification to the dishes. Um, and was truly eating all of it. Appreciated the fine artwork, almost felt bad about eating it, but decided chef made it for me. And also it gave um Nathaniel a lot of great experience, a really relaxing one. And Daniel was like, "Yeah, this is what I wanted. This is definitely a meal and art." And when I should leave a review on uh uh of help? No, wait, no, not help. Hope? No. What's a better way to put this? Uh well, it, like Winnie's and Elp. You know what? I can't make this any better. It's like a horse version of Yelp. Whatever. Anyways, I rolled a 20. Absolutely loved it. Pulled in clutch. Completely pulled in clutch. It's the attendant's turn. It's the attendant's turn, and we're going to see what the attendant is going to answer. So, what question are we going? Um, so what did the attendant do? Well, hmm. The attendant decided, as a fellow horse, and as a fabulous one at that, Nathaniel needed better hair care products because what is that hair? What kind of hair is that? Who did this? Like, who made a crime of your hair? What kind of hair is that? No, no, no. We're going to give you better products. If you're going to relax and play your tambourine and everything, we are going to make sure you have the best hair products ever. And yeah, you're going to make sure that that bed is also covered in the finest hay because sometimes regular blankets and do not do it for them. So, what do the rolls say? It is a resounding success. So, adored the sleeping accommodations. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10. Beautiful. And stunning service. Would like the hair products names. Also, the straw was divine as sleeping as a bed. Awesome. Oh, 17. Let's go. Make this smaller so that I have so like guess number one, enjoyed the stay and farewells. So we had greetings, we had farewells. Okay, so the farewell part, the guest. Nathaniel really enjoyed staying at the snowflake cabin. Despite um, the shaky nature of the greeting, Nathaniel was actually a delight. Very funny, very interesting, very amenable once Nathaniel had good food in his system. And a good night's rest has made him rather talented with his tambourine, surprisingly so, that he performed for the staff and other guests and left an amazing, stellar review, while also giving Awesh a little bit of advice about maybe holding horses before making any moves to do advanced accommodations. Otherwise, it was a solid stay. Very good. Guest left happy, and gave a free tambourine show. Amazing. Wow. Anyways, that is the end of Nathaniel. So now we're going to put guest number 1 away. Daniel had a very good time. Very lovely, very enjoyable, very stunning. All right. So I think for this session, I think I'll just do like 3 because kind of, well, it's fun. It's just um hmm, writing all of this down in paper is kind of funny. Well, we'll see. I want to play my other games. I want to play my Kurt's Loot game. Okay. So yeah. Let's go on to guest number 2. Let's see who's coming up next. Guest number 2. I'm going to draw that card. It gives me the 3 of hearts. Wow. Okay, it's another type. You're rolling things that I. The last one is a monkey. I will cry a little. I will. I'll cry just a little bit. No. Please don't make the last one a monkey. Please don't. Anyways, so yeah. Coming back over here. Guess number 2 is a particularly nice character. It's the 3 of Hearts. So on the 3 of Hearts, it's a tiger who's also here for relaxation. Tiger or relaxation. Name spot. Yeah, another tiger. Wow. Let's see. I wonder if I should make Spot a little more big glasses. Big glasses for Spot with stripes all over. One heart-shaped mold. Spot likes to read. Yes, Spot. Spot will absolutely read things. Little tiger paws. Yeah, tiger paws for Spot. Okay, I think this one I won't roll it, but I'll just play it out and stuff. But usually I like to roll things for some element of surprise. Yeah, that's Spot. I like tigers. I like tigers a lot. They're very cute. Anyways, okay, so we're grading Spot, and we're gonna start with the stay. So put it to the side here. That will be better. All right. So this time instead of the perfect welcome for our guest, we're going to ask, how did you work with the local community to prepare for the guest potential? So Wish decided, you know what? I think my last uh thing was not the most researched, so instead Owish decided to actually ask Trey, hey, what would tigers like? And Trey looked at Spot and scanned Spot up and down and went, well, first of all, cleaning grooming products for the fur. It looks like Spot really takes care of their fur. And Owish went, okay, where can I find that? And Trey called up a bunch of people and went, yeah, I got a bunch of family. Just my uncle's uh bestie's son has a couple of products lying around and recommendations and is a beautician. So if you could hire him for a day, then we could get that settled. We can also reach out, and they went out to ask, hey, the do you have specific grooming products for big female cats? And some of them were like, yeah. So uh hygiene products, beautician for a day. And after looking at the books that Spot is holding, lots of books. Not really like that. Appreciated it, and also gently told people, I also want to be while I'm reading my books. If you could only come in the morning, evenings, that would be low. So only in mornings. Hey, what's up, Axel? How are you, man? Playing a solo TTRPG. I was talking with like Mochi and Torin about it. Oh yeah, just a solo TTRPG. I'm doing a couple of them and testing it out. It's a little embarrassing, but that just means I'm gonna ramble a lot when doing this, which means I swap between cards and dice. How are you, man? This is the second guest of the day. The first guest we had was Nathaniel. So today's Spot the Tiger, who's also here to relax and is absolutely an introvert and also does not want to be bothered while reading books. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, feel free to rest. You're free to just chill. I'm just doing stuff. Um, because I just regularly play solo TTRPGs, so usually, for the first time I'm trying this out. I know that the chef's question side by side won't work out. Let's see, instead of specialty dishes, we're going to do parting edible gift. Yes. Yes. So the chef Trey went, this one seems like a nerd. And you know what nerds like? Oh yeah, sleep well, sleep well. Like seriously, try to relax, man. Sorry to hear that you got a headache and all. For real, dude. Yeah, and I hope you were having a good day. No, it happens. Yeah, rest up. Wait, so like edible gift. Edible gift that they were going to do is because this one is a nerd, they're gonna make a meat sculpture of books. Yeah, a meat sculpture of books. So meat sculpture of books. But it looks kind of like one of those Scooby-Doo sandwich stacks. Looks looks a bit like this, a little horrifying. Decided it looks a little grotesque, so they're gonna add two buns at the top. The little olive thing. Yeah, and loose leaf meat paper. Honestly, Spot was horrified. Like, what is that? Why do you think I would like that? Why would I enjoy something like this? Like, who would like this? And Trey was kind of embarrassed because Trey is not well versed in nerds, but at least the beauty product stuff worked, so that's okay. Spot was horrified though. Spot was horrified. And Plume looked at this and went, you know what? It is my turn to save the day. I'm going to save the day today. And the last thing was exceptional communication or simple task. Okay, let's go with the simple task. So, among the tasks, Plume is very good at providing excellent beauty products. It's one thing. So, Plume may have not given all those recommendations, but had made sure to neatly arrange the soap products. So, soap products, yay! And make sure the towels were folded, folded in a very satisfied way. I didn't really notice, but had the feeling that the room was cozy and that none of the stuff was missing. So I'd say that Plume probably did a fairly good job of attending to that need. And for the farewell for this guest is let's think. Um they decided that after Spot's stay, they decided to maybe incorporate a potential spa because Spot was like, yeah, this place needs a spa. Got that in the first. Anyways, they they all were like, you know what? Yeah, we're in a cold region. It's a snowflake cabin. And we don't have a spa. We have a pool. We have nice baths, but we don't have a spa. So they went to construct a nice little um spa segment near the pools, like a jacuzzi or something. Or maybe they modified the pool to be a spa, actually. Why would we want a pool in a winter cavern cabin? Yeah, why would we want that? And they'll miss Spot's beautiful, spot on humor and succinct way of phrasing how these were God, books were I'm not sure what to put it as. Let's just say spot on sense of humor. Yeah. So the Spot stayed, had a decent, relaxing time. Could have done without the horrifying meat book stack, truly. But otherwise, did not dislike this place, so Spot had a good time. So there we go. Spot was our second guess. Maybe I'll save this one. Kind of cute. Okay, let's see who the third guest is going to be. Our third guest. So our third guest is going to be two of clubs, an ox who is coming here to escape. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that. So, guest number three, two of clubs. And probably the final guest for this game session, so I can move on to the next one. Because I want to try the curse loot. I want to try it. That would be lovely. Two of clubs, is an ox who is here to escape. Yay! See where we're going. Let's call this ox El El or Ra Eldora. Yeah, Eldora. I am doing this ox from memory. I apologize. I don't know how oxes look at the top of my head. Gives that Dora haircut. Yeah, yeah. Dora haircut. Beautiful. Lovely. Amazing. Yes. Rings and stuff. Ear? I think they have ear. And teeth. I am sure they have teeth. Yes. Butt chin. Butt chin ox. Alright. You know what? Butt chin ox. Lovely. Eldora is here to escape from uh I guess a musician, also a musician. Like acquainted with Nathaniel, but we don't know that. It's just a side note. Plays professional what was it? Was it? They're not called chanclas. Actually, imagine playing chanclas like they're an instrument. No, no. Triangle. Yes. Yes. Eldora loves to play the triangle. Ding. Ding ding. And has been super, super stressed about their music career and decided to come to the Snowflake Cabin to escape from it all. Just straight up went, you know what, I've had enough. I need to get away from all of you, especially the paparazzi. So Eldora had traveled very, very far and got here. Yes. Traveled far, arrived in the snow. This one I'll actually roll. No, I don't. Actually, I might want to use. See. So arrived in the snow, cold, but yeah, no, you know what? I had no clever comments for that. It's fine. Anyways, what does our host want to do? Owish just looks at Eldora and goes, "Oh my goodness, you are that famous triangle player Ox called Eldora." And Trey has no idea who this is. Trey's love is the kitchen and the pans and everything that has to do with cooking. And as far as Trey is concerned, the most popular celebrity or musician or anything, even the president could walk in and Trey won't care. Trey will only like Gordon Famsey. Yeah, Gordon Famsey. And that is the only person that Trey can recognize, and it's not even by face, it is literally by taste. So anything that person can make will be something that Trey can recognize. As for Plume is well versed in all the famous celebrities and went. Anyways, so see, we did task. We did. Wait, did we do unique task or did we do perfect? Hmm, I know we did number one, so nix that out. I think what we have is. Hmm, I know. We'll just go with perfect welcome. So the perfect welcome. So Oesh was just flustered and trying to give the grandest hello, welcome to the snowflake cabin. How may I help you? Oh wait, no, I already know why you're here. You're here to stay. I hope you enjoy your stay, but Oesh is a little awkward, fumbling over their words, and Eldora is a little impatient but also finds this endearing. It's a strange seesaw between this is not very professional, but also this is kind of cute. Because having fans is fine. And as long as you don't take pictures, Eldora is willing to give some grace. So it was a mixture of this is very flattering, but also please, let's just move on. I need to get away from it all. I need a private room. And Bloom is just preparing on the side for their turn, while Trey is preparing a meal like always. So at some point, Oesh is just like, okay, let me lead the way. And Eldora goes, you want me to sign your face? And Oesh is like, yes. So, uh, awkward but endearing greeting. Signs Oesh's face. Very happy. Mildly annoyed. On the other hand, we'll say, what was it? Parting edible gift. So that's the one I didn't do. So the chef, Trey, is like, okay, all right, I should prepare something because at some point this person has to go back. So Trey doesn't really know much about the musician's taste, but decided I'm gonna make a vegetarian meal out of fruit and veggies and random decorations like grass on the floor or something to make this pseudo mock island. So island of veggies and fruits. And Eldora loved it. Eldora really loved it. Eldora was like, I love this. I love this so much. This is actually amazing. This is also where I want to be, but this is the second best thing. And then went to enjoy the spa while the attendant was going to mm, provide exceptional communication, probably. But Eldora was just resting in the spa while Plume, the attendant, decided to leave small notes on where everything is. And um little annotations of every reference movie and concert they could think of. Eldora didn't really like that. Eldora didn't love that. Eldora came here for an escape, and Plume was kind of being a bit much. Like, being a sort of okay fan was fun, but being a bit much was obviously not very fun for him. So he was just like, okay, I don't really like that. And Took all the notes down, neatly put them in a pile so that it didn't all get found in the trash, and just left it on the counter. And the next morning, Plume wasn't super happy about it, but also Plume understood and that they messed up, so oops. As a farewell, Eldora just went, really enjoyed the spa, but could use a sort of meditation or restroom, just a wind down room. This place is great, but needs a wind down room. So they made a wind down room, and they're going to miss that this was an actual celebrity. Wow. Wow, they had an actual celebrity over here. Oh my goodness. So that was the final guest for the winter season. And I think I'll just end the Omotenashi game here. Because it's fun. Yeah, I could actually do this for a while. But I think this is a pretty good example of how this game would work. Ah, hide that for a second so that we could look at the dice, and let's look at the next game. Because I think that one requires a D and T. I think this one requires a D. But the next one is called Grim God's Guide to Curse Loot. So, how does that game work? Well, the game works in the following. There's a roll table of 20 loot, and each of them has different things going on with it. This one already comes with curse loot, so I don't actually need to find a new one, but it works with a custom game module. And I think I will definitely draw some stuff for this one instead of putting it in a list. Because I think it would be funny if we were looking at the person who also should link it, because second game. I don't know if I want to do Firelight. Embarrassing. I'm going to link that. Okay, so God's Guide to Curse Loot. We're going to roll all the way down because the Curse Loot is the first half of these pages, and the game actually plays right from here. So it's a solo journaling game. That means is that I will be writing stuff. So let's go over what this game is. The Looter's Curse. Well, I think there's also another one. I think there's two different ones. You need a table of cursed items described above, a d20 or digital equivalent, and a method to record your responses. You are in a fantasy setting of your choosing. Maybe a vibrant world, yada yada, and so on. But it is your world, and you are a seasoned adventurer with a knack of finding enchanted items in crypts, dungeons, and abandoned ruins. So we're going to roll the dice to see which item this story is about. So among the items that we have up there, we're going to roll the dice out of 20, and whatever it is, that item. But first, we're going to tell this how we ended up being a looter with cursed loot. So, be something I have to do of type. Before we roll, go back and I think I'll actually draw a protagonist for. Let's do one of my favorite children. Uh, so this one is one of my favorite to talk about. And I'm gonna name. Well, I always change their name because I never remember it. Know that I like drawing this character. I like drawing this character a lot. Why? Because this is our adventure. Let's go with either an object, alphabet. Oh, Jay sounds like Jay gives me a good feeling. Your name is Jay today. This is Jay the Adventurer. Jay has green eyes. I'm making this up as I go. Jay is always changing eye colors, but Jay never changes the baseline form. Jay has green eyes and looks like this. Yes. Very good. Jay also has stump legs. I don't know. Jay is never human. It's fine. The adventurer. Okay, so we got Jay the adventurer. Love that for us. Love that for us. Anyhow, hands are sweaty. So this is Jay the adventurer. And we're gonna talk about how Jay came to adventure. Jay's an adventurer, and Jay started out as a prankster. Okay. I'm just making it up as I go. That loved shiny things due to being raised by a crow. Crow lords are I'm making this up as I go. Crow lords are people who attend to the needs and wants of crows, like they're sovereign, but end up commanding them because the crows favor this human very, very much. So Jay was raised among crows, and the crows viewed Jay like one of their own, but not necessarily a crow lord, because Jay's not the one providing for the crows. And what happened is that Jay used to steal a lot and got really good at it, then got in trouble with some adventurers. How you spell that? I don't care. Anyways, adventurers. And the crows bailed Jay out, but Jay ended up on the run. What was that? Anyways, so Jay ended up on the run. Anyways, so Jay ended up on the run. Now, Jay went through a lot of places to stay and dungeons that were 100% cursed, which ended up as Jay eventually eating money and using sticky fingers get first loot. Jay works solo, but while Jay is favored by crows, Jay gets along better with seagulls. Yes, Jay loves seagulls. Jay is like, if Jay's parent is the Crow Lord, Jay is the Seagull Sovereign. Now, before your quest begins, you're in your favorite hangout. It's a familiar place where you've passed many enjoyable hours. Potential employers know to look for you. Okay, so Jay, where do you stay, Jay? Let's see. I'm gonna make a little isometric room just so we can all look at this. Too crazy or fancy. So, what's your room like? What's this place we're looking at? What kind of room are we? Well, there's an entrance. Yes. There are many windows. I would say this is starting to look a bit like a redecorated cathedral. So it used to be a cathedral. This place used to be a cathedral, but it no longer is. The reason why is because uh, it has a lot of history in here. Though it still holds the windows and these and the gaudy religious decorations from a forgotten god that no one in this land actually celebrates because the god's like faces worn out of these pictures. Jay likes the aesthetic of pictures because it's kind of ironic in a way. And there is a request box in the middle of the room. Yeah, a request box. Right here. There's a cute little request that most people know where to find Jay now. As for where Jay actually stays, it's probably not on the surface area of here, but there are a couple of trap doors. There's about like one, two, three, and four. And all of them are cleverly hidden. These two blend in with the floor. This one looks to be is covered by lots of papers and stuff. Some of the papers seem to be burned into the floor. So this one has like a long carpet. So that last trap door. And they lead down to a study, like a lower lab. This one leads to a lower lab, this one, and this one leads to pages, I think. There's a wall. This one just seems to be a patient room. There's a study. There's a study on. Either way, I'm not drawing the whole underground, but that's currently where Jay stays. People come through the store, and they come in and they drop off a request. So the remodified, I gotta type this out. Remodified cathedral of a forgotten god with a request, or at least the back middle. It has four trap doors, one with a study, one where it's an patient room, and two that lead to a jail cell like storage space for the curtain. Up to arch stain windows and Two ruined portraits of. So that's where Jay likes to stay. This is where people like to find Jay. Rennie. Okay, and Jay can only be contacted through this box. So this box comes at irregular times to get quests. All right, with that said, we have those things for Jay. Now Jay's having a great time. Now, where is this place? Oh, right, I just described it. Should give this place a name. This is called Jay calls it the Haunt. Others call it the Temple. Not the Temple. The cathe- um not the Temple. The house. Others call it the house. Jay calls it that. Others call it that. Sup, Pats. And we're going to say, why did Jay come to this? Jay came here after getting bigger. You're getting their fifth curse. I found it had a bunch of nice secret trap doors and like the aesthetic. Oh yeah. Hope it was a good busy day. So it's comfortable because it's just aesthetic. Um Types of people who come here are people, or that's what Jay calls it. Jay doesn't really pay attention. There are a lot of important figures. Eccentrics from the Ethercraft Tower, because this world would be cool. Instead of just saying men are magic, it's craft. They love their Ethercraft. Yippee! And Jay just knows them from the jobs. Initially, Jay didn't have a request box, but you know, sometimes at some point there's too many people and it gets tedious, so Jay wants to be able to filter requests without looking at the people. So, when first approached for this job, you listen. Maybe you need the money. Maybe item retrieval is a sacred duty. Maybe you just like the look of the person doing the talking. Whatever your reasons, you take the job. Get all the information they're willing to offer and prepare to head out. They did not tell you the item is cursed. Well, yeah. Like, most people know Jay as the eccentric who likes cursed items. So, that's just kind of how it goes. Jay's just like, okay, maybe. Um, so let's just say Jay is taking a request from one of the eccentrics and stuff. And while Jay is known for cursed items, it's like better to tell Jay up front. So Jay is just kind of looking at this person, going like, okay, there's a curse, not a, they don't know. Like, okay, you want me to get this item. Awesome. Cool. And like, item retrieval is fine and everything, but Jay already suspects that whoever comes asking for most of them are cursed, but sometimes it's just regular item retrieval. And Jay's like, this doesn't sound very interesting. but the location was interesting. I mean, let's say the person that came. Yeah, we could go with unicorn. Say it's a unicorn. Unicorns are interesting. They don't really come often. But Jay didn't know that because, you know, unicorn just did a message from the letter that showed a ideal appearance. Could just be a literal horse that came in, dropped off stuff, but decided this is easier to communicate. So there you go. This is the letter. I want you to get me an item. This item is going to be something. So why don't we talk about what item we're rolling? Let's go find that item. All right, we're rolling a 6. Okay. We've rolled a 6. What item has been rolled? And let's go put that description on. But bad boy. So the Gaurazon's fatal glass, a pair of tinted spectacles, gem encrusted wire frames, crafted from the great glass of the fallen god Gaurazon, once a scion of death. Glasses enable the wearer to perceive those around them as they will appear at the moment of their demise. Effect is automatic, irrepressible, and includes people, animals, and by some reports, even certain buildings. Once worn, the glasses cannot be removed except through powerful magical intervention. And after removal, victims of this chilling item report flashbacks of the visions months and even years afterwards. Independent of the glasses, have reputedly torn out their eyes in a desperate attempt to avoid the grisly sights to no effect. Wow! Great! That's lovely. Wow. Hmm. I love that. Especially since I didn't even look at the item. So I'm gonna put that little description, but we don't know the fatal glass part. We just know that it's called Gaurazon's glass. I'm gonna put every other description. Tiny, tiny font, like we're having fine print issues. Yeah. So it's just gonna be Gaurazon's glass, and Jay is not well versed in any of that. Just heard glasses has specific vision effects. That's cool, and this unicorn would like it back. They would love these beautiful snazzy glasses back, please, for quote unquote research, but um has urged Jay not to wear them because it will get dirty. And Jay's just kind of like, okay, gem encrusted wireframe. Scion of Death. You know, it's ironic because I put Jay in the cathedral and stuff. Oops. Oops. Of a forgotten god. We could pretend that's a forgotten god. Sure. All right. So, yeah, we gotta figure out where this place is. See, so no one accompanies Jay in this work. Jay is just listening to this class, and the unicorn says, yeah, I really, really do want these glasses to go with my outfit. Look at this. And the unicorn posed and letter with the image of them. And Jay had to admit, the outfit rocked. It really rocked. It was beautiful and everything. Jay is also not fashion conscious. I mean, look at this. Look at this. In a poncho. What fashion? What fashion here? What fashion? So, with that said, that's page 1 of our current notes on adventure. Now, where are these glasses? Well, these glasses are in a. The glasses are. Oh god, I'm gonna go nutso every time it does. 45. All right, so it's in the something caverns. I'm gonna think of a name. I'm gonna think of a name. What's a good name for this? The Liminal. Okay, I'll Limerick Caverns. Um, so they're supposedly in the Limerick Caverns, and uh, it's a very far walk. That was good. Limerick Caverns, far walk from where the uh is, and I think instead of centered, I'm just has a fairly accessible app, so you need to hitch a ride on their cycle. Um, it's both easy and hard because the cost is expensive, but there's always treasure. The caverns if you survive them. So, yeah, the Limerick Caverns aren't really necessarily not. They're just, you know, they're dangerous, sort of. Anyways, so, uh, oh, Jay's face. Okay, but I don't care. Simplified, it's cute, it's fine. Anyways, Jay rode an ether cycle to the Limerick Caverns. And an ether cycle is basically like a motorcycle. And anyways, uh it's kind of like a motorcycle, but not really. It looks like it, but the wheels are ether. So they kind of look ghost stuff. Yeah. Don't have hands though. Why did I do this? Okay, maybe I did. I drew patched hands. Okay, those don't help. These do not help, Jay. Fine. Woo! Limerick Caverns we go. Uh, really, really interesting place. On the way, Jay ignores everybody, actually. They're like, hey, and Jay's like, no way, bye. Like, Jay just really, really wants to see the glasses, because how good are these glasses for a unicorn to want to go to a dungeon but can't go to it? Those things are strong, man. They're like as strong as a dragon or something, as far as like Jay's concerned. This is also not true for the world. Unicorns are not as strong as dragons, and dragons are not as strong as unicorns. They just live in different wheelhouses and try not to fight. So they're like, "Ooh, past these people. So long, suckers." Jay does not like people. Jay is not having it. Ignores everybody. No one accompanies Jay because Jay's like, this is my loot. I don't care. I'm not, I'm not turning back. Just keeps going forward. Like, Hello, hello. I'm going to these caves with my. Yeah. Also, I want money. So it says you simply cannot walk in and take the item. Perhaps it's deep in an enemy stronghold. Perhaps it's under lock and key. Within a noble's estate, it could be 5 levels down in a perilous dungeon or hidden with other treasure beyond a cunning series of puzzles and traps. Whatever you encounter, once you arrive, there is effort involved and risk. But ultimately, you triumph. The item is yours. I'm gonna get my dungeon map generators from 5 million years ago because um that site should still exist. I know it still exists. I need to find it. I don't remember where I put it. A hot second find it because I know I put them here. Where did I put? You know what? Where is my map generator? City maps. The maps. That's floor plans. Nope. 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 Where did I put? Anyways, I'm just gonna say that Jay has an intermission in which Jay went through a lot. Yeah. Oh, found it. Now we can make a map from one of my favorite map making things. Um Okay, so I'm generating a map from davesmapper.com because it's fun. I'm gonna make it a cavern. I'm gonna make it a cavern and it's not and uh, hmm, yes. Yes. Yeah, okay, so I've gotten Dave's mapper and that is not a moment. I need to take a crop up. But you can see the cavern and I'm going to have a very quick summary and a joke about how this happened. Um so here's a map of the Limerick Caverns and I'm going to draw in what's in the Limerick Caverns because why not? Why not be a little entertaining? So, the entryway is here, and this is where our protagonist started. Hooray! Yippee! Woohoo! Jay was driving through, going going this way, and goes, "Wow! Look at all these forks in the roads. Well, map says go as close as 90 degrees, so let's go here." So Jay's driving through, and then goes, "Whoa! Whoop, crash the bike, crash the Aether cycle. How am I gonna get back? I don't know. We better just get as much loot." So there were a bunch of treasure chests over here and over here and one over here, but Jay obviously did not go over here because why? Um so Jay just keeps walking do through here, found one of them, yippee! And like got a bunch of crystals. So there's crystals. Yeah. And I went over here and totally missed this one. Totally missed that one. Nope. And also missed this one. So none of these. Anyways, so the treasure was over here, but there were like so many spike traps. Oh my goodness. There were so many. And then there were like fire things around here. Just kind of here. Hi, Kira. I'm playing solo TTRPGs and BSing. What happened to Jay? So they all came at Jay like zoom, and Jay was like, I know magic. And then ran back this way and actually found this treasure and went, wow, and found bombs. Whoa. So Jay went back, went, oh my gosh, I got to double back, and then threw bombs. Yeah. Jay was throwing bombs like pew, 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 but missed this one and was like, you know what? I could fist fight it. Jay was not fist fighting it. Jay actually was kind of like burnt for a bit. Just, oh my god. I got burnt. That was not a smart move. Why did I do that? But Jay is alive because Jay is oddly tenacious. Also, there's something going on with Jay that literally means I cannot die. I will not die from this barbecued cat creature thing. Anyways, Jay was kind of like burnt for a bit, but at least took down two of the things and decided, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm going to tackle it again, but this time I'm not going to actually fight it. I'm just going to go straight for the treasure room because you know what? I think I at least want to look at what the treasure looks like. Treasure is mine. Yeah, so Jay got up. Jay was like, I'm up. I'm ready to rumble. I can do this. And Jay ran past the fire guy, so was like, yippee! Made it. I ran. So fire thing was like, what are you doing? Like, trying to chase after it. Like, fight me. And Jay was like, no, never. I'm not fighting you. I'm running. I'm going. I'm running very, very fast. Yes. Ooh, the treasure. Woo, the glasses. And Jay was like, do these have superpowers? Because, you know, glasses on special place, I guess. Totally emphasized you shouldn't be putting them on. Anyways, when Jay got the glasses and was like, yippee! Yahoo! I got glasses! Woohoo! Um. uh, Anyways, Yahoo! He did it! Jay got, Jay got the, Jay got the treasure. Like, yeah, I got the treasure. Got the treasure. And did not pay attention to the fact that the fire thing was behind them. So as you would have it, it was just like comes up behind them like Omawa Moshinderu and stuff, and then do this that so it's in sequence. If the fire thing just comes up, Jay is like blasted. Oh, there goes Jay. Oh, they have the glasses. Ooh. Jay has had an adventure. Jay is having a great adventure. He promised. Ooh, and the fire thing is like, oh shoot, I should have killed it. Oh man. Then again, was like, wait, I did try to kill it. It didn't die. What is up with that thing? Oh, blasted off Team Rocket right through the cabin roof because there was no other way, and then Jay was just free falling in the sky. Yeah, that was just like Jay's entire adventure getting this thing. And you know what Jay felt when Jay saw the glasses for the first time? Jay felt the following. Jay was like, "Oh, these are cool glasses. Like, whoa, these are so cool." No wonder the unicorn wanted it. But also, like, this doesn't feel worth it for how it looks. No, this doesn't really feel worth it. Like, is this really worth it? I don't know. But, Jay kind of looked at it and went, I feel kind of it shouldn't hurt to wear these glasses. So how Jay survived that thing, well, you see, the funny thing is that Jay works off of a specific type of in prior sessions, Jay got cursed too. And being that cursed by so many items means that those items don't want Jay to die yet. Because they gotta negotiate who has Jay's soul. So Jay literally cannot die until that's decided. It's like, ooh, look at that shiny item. I want to wear it. Oh my gosh, I am in no danger at all. Oh, goody. Right? Jay's just staring at it, going, hmm. Well, I got rid of my bombs, and I also have a sack of crystals now. That's worth quite a bit, so totally worth it. Absolutely worth it. Right, so Jay has all of these crystals from Limerick Caverns. I'm not about to go over the whole adventure and journey. Maybe I'll draw a more elaborate version of it. But Jay is perfectly happy with this. And Jay goes, I did crash the rental motorcycle, but this should cover some of it and some extras. So Jay doesn't mind. He's like, okay, back on the journey. Yay, yippee! Yahoo! Back there! Woo! Yeah, as Jay's walking back with their fat stacks of crystals and glasses, um, Jay kind of gets ambushed, I think, by all of these people that wanted to talk to Jay, and one of them decides to put on the glasses when Jay didn't even put it on, and that person is now on the ground, kind of like, ah, make it stop, make it stop, ah, no, I'm seeing horrible visions. Oh, what are you? Oh, everyone's dead. And all the other dudes are like, yo, what's up with him? And Jay's like, oh, so that's what it was. And then they were trying to figure out there's like a panic and everything. And we can't remove the glasses from this dude's face. Like, stretched. They literally tried to grab it. Go, okay, and off with you stuff, but like it literally is stuck to the guy's face. Like, ooh, stuck. Like, cannot be removed. That is painful. Stretch. So Jay decides, okay, you know what? I got a plan. I'm gonna I'm gonna take this person with me to the client. And maybe the client will figure out what to do with that. Because that's not my problem. Also, the client didn't tell me that it was cursed. Right? So off Jay goes with the loot of crystal that Jay refused to give up. In fact, that thing looked like a weapon after a point. And a hostage. I mean, someone that Jay is going to fix with the glasses. Glasses are literally stuck to this. They're just kind of like, oh god, oh no. So whoopsies, they're being dragged. Yeah. Just like oops. Yeah, and like this goes over, did you like figure that out? Jay just went, no, I I mean, they kept talking about how everybody's dying and how I'm going to die and then uh stuff and then maybe like buildings, but I didn't really pay attention to it. But Jay's back from the journey and goes back to the home and delivers the item with the person attached. Now, the unicorn in question actually comes back, right? I was like, that, that, that here, that. Did you bring on top of that? Why is that attached to it? And Jay's just like, I don't know, pay me. Not my problem anymore. Jay's just like, yeah, you gotta remove this guy from it. He's been screaming the whole time. I don't know what to do with him. So yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I don't feel like dealing with it. Here, take this guy that's attached to your beautiful glasses. And the unicorn's like, well, I knew it was cursed, but I didn't think it was that cursed. I mean, what's a little death and dying? And Jay's just like, oh, okay, please take the item. I want to cash in my stuff and eat. So Unicorn is a little horrified, like low key. Okay, what is that? What are we looking at? Why are we looking? Who did this? Like, what is that? Just never stopped questioning it, but also just kind of like paid. Um, yes. Yeah, just kind of like paid it and went on their merry way, and that's basically it. That is the whole TTRPG. As for what Jay got paid in, um, did you get paid in Jay? Oh, right. So you had your crystal stacks. So I guess, hmm, I'll just give you more crystal, Jay. You seem to like crystals. Some of them might be low key cursed, but that's okay. You love your crystals. You give it a thumbs up. Woohoo! Love your crystals. You adore your crystals. Absolutely cannot live without those crystals. Yes. Ta-da! Journey ended for our cursed artifact keeper Jay. The end. Yeah, Jay just enjoyed. And that's how this game ended. But like, if you keep the item, there's also like additional stuff. There's also a second module in here that's the shopkeeper's apprentice. You're supposed to sell things, except but like this one is like everything from the latest equipment is um cursed, and I don't feel like doing the sales pitch version of this, but if I did, Jay would be the one that's selling things. Maybe next time I'll make a resource attack. But otherwise, that's fine. Fun. Anyways, I'm thinking about if I want to do one more because the next TTRPG might be longer. Or no, it'll definitely be long. Because if it's the Firelights one, and if it's anything that's as long as the Librarian's Apprentice one, this is going to take a couple of hours. So, um, I think it's good to call it here, actually. Maybe next time I will play more, or I'll just privately play and then make them as a document and then release a video. Either way, thanks for coming to play. Uh, so as a reminder, the first game was Omotenachi, and the second game was um Grimgoth's Guide to Cursed Loot. So, that said, I think we should go over to chatting, and I'm going to actually raid someone that I usually am not raiding, so I'm glad that we could. Oh, oh, okay. Okay, let's go pick on you know what? Let's go to Taro. Yeah, let's go to Taro. Taro was fun yesterday. We're going today. Maybe no wait, I should actually read Torn. I've not rated Torn in a while. Even though I don't stream in a while. Good job, me. Alright. Bye bye bye. Da 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 da.